First, I would personally like to take a moment to thank the UTD faculty, staff, and administration for enabling us to be the most knowledgeable representatives in our respective fields. I would also like to thank my family, especially my husband Russ, and my friends who have buoyed me and carried me to this moment. Finally, I thank God, with whom all things are possible. I remind everyone that although today is our day, this accomplishment was not achieved in a vacuum. It takes a village, so please be sure to thank your village. I'm proud to be standing before you today as a 50-year-old earning my very first bachelor's degree. It's been a long and arduous journey to get to this point, and as such, I thought I would pass along a couple things I've learned along the way to hopefully give you guidance in difficult times. Anyone who knows me knows that I have a lot of sayings in life, the odd pearls, as Tony Stark from the Avengers would call them. One is that the harder way is always the right way. As the psychology majors here should know, it's why the bystander effect happens. In a nutshell, the bystander effect is the tendency to be a bystander and not help a victim in need when there are others present. The easy way is to think that someone else will do it. It's not my problem. The harder way is to actually take the time to intervene, put the effort into getting the help, see the situation through, which is why most choose to be bystanders. It's the easy thing to do. But what happens in the end? The victim does not receive the help that they so desperately need. The harder way is always the right way. I urge you to apply this to any situation, any crossroad, any dilemma you may face in life. Let's say you know you're in a relationship that is not good for you, yet you stay in it anyway. The right thing to do is to leave that relationship, but it's also the harder thing to do. Remember, the harder way is always the right way. Or perhaps you know you were wrong about something and need to apologize for it, but don't, because it's easier to just ignore the issue or make an excuse rather than own up to your own mistake. But the harder way is always the right way. There's a second saying I heard that I very much take to heart. It's from the movie 28 Days starring Sandra Bullock, and it goes like this. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You'll find that as you leave school and life becomes more regimented. Now you're in a 9 to 5, maybe coming home to significant others, perhaps even raising children. It becomes easy to fall into set patterns. The things that we do become automatic, but that also means the negative things that we do become automatic and we tend to repeat them. When this happens, I encourage you to take a different approach. Do not do the same things over and over again expecting different results. Stop the insanity. Today we receive our degrees, which means that we've been taught how to think critically. We know how to recognize a problem, do the research, consider both sides of the issue, and make our decisions accordingly. In breaking our patterns, in stopping the insanity, we're using our critical thinking skills to guide us toward the right way. And remember, the harder way is always the right way. As we leave today, never stop doing the right thing and don't be afraid to take a different approach. That is the true spirit of a UTD graduate. Thank you.